Hi, and welcome to another free video brought to you by SEOfordealers.com. This is Jeremy with SEO for Dealers, and as always, you can always email me your questions at jeremy@SEOfordealers.com. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about website analytics. There are 5 or 6 things that most everybody in the dealership, or as far as like the internet marketers and sales managers and things, should know about a website. If you're the internet manager or e-commerce director, obviously you want to know more things, but that's not the purpose of this video. It's just to get people familiar with some of the important analytics, statistics, and what they mean. Regardless of who does your website, you'll have somebody who does analytics for you, some way to see your website statistics. If you don't, then you definitely need to get it. We use here at SEO for Dealers, we use Google Analytics. Why? Well, because it's free and it does everything we want, and it's real easy for our customers to understand. Most website providers, BZ, Cobalt, Ismo, VinSolutions, anybody you can think of, they almost all come with some sort of website analytics. I'm just going to go through a couple key terms that you need to know and what you need to look out for. We're going to start with bounce rate. This means somebody comes to your website and leaves right away. They come to one web page and then they leave on that very same page. They don't navigate around. They don't do anything. A high bounce rate means your landing page is really bad. People aren't finding what they want. So if most people enter on your home page, which we'll talk about later, and top entrance pages, and they leave right away, you definitely need to take a look at rearranging your home page. So bounce rate can really tell you a lot. Other things here are, pages per visit. The higher, the better. That just means they spend more time on your website, where you'll see the average time on a website. These are all things that you'll see in most analytics tools. 3 minutes on a website, not too bad. This isn't a car website. It's actually about electric football, if any of you remember that. But 3 minutes is not too bad. The other things you want to look at is your traffic sources. So there's basically 3 main sources. There's search engines, direct traffic, and referring sites. Search engines means somebody typed in something into Google or MSN or Yahoo and your site came up. Direct traffic means that they just typed in your URL, your web address. And referring sites means that they clicked on a link to your website, maybe from gm.com or vw.com or somewhere along those lines. This is an important time for me to tell you that you need to get your dealership's IP address filtered out with your analytics. I can show you how to do that in Google. I'd be glad to if you just email. You can always email me, jeremy@seofordealers.com. And here's why. Many dealerships that we go into the first thing we do is check out their analytics, always. And typically we replace with Google Analytics because it's easier for the dealer to understand. It puts everything right in front of you real easy. Some of those analytics tools, we even have a hard time navigating around getting what we want. But what we find is after we filter out their home IP address, the actual people inside the dealership going to a dealership website, a lot of website traffic cuts in half. I've seen it drop as much as 60 or 70%. I've also seen it drop 5%. But the important thing is you want to get good data. So you need to make sure and you filter out all the traffic from your dealership. And you can always email us and ask us how to do that, or you can ask a website provider, whoever it may be, to make sure that they get your IP filtered out. We've seen a lot of eyebrows raised when we see somebody go from 2,000 visits a month down to 1,100. In 1 month. They think we're doing the opposite of search engine optimization, but what it really comes down to is that we've showed them, we're just filtering it out. These are sales guys going to these pages, showing customers, this and that, which is all good, fine and dandy, but you need to get real numbers. So make sure you get your IP address filtered out. And you also want to look at, the next thing you really want to look at is the keywords. Keywords are words that people type into the search engines that you've come up in the results. Now for dealerships, some examples of keywords would be Chevy Milwaukee, new car, Chicago, Volkswagen, Miami, anything somebody might type into a search engine, then they click on your website. That's a keyword. And you'll want to monitor the keywords that are bringing you traffic. Most often it's going to be the dealership's name. That's going to bring you the most traffic. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to make sure that you're getting traffic from a variety of other terms. If you were, say, a Chevy dealer in Chicago, you'd want not only XYZ Chevy, but you'd want new and used Chevy, Chicago, Illinois, good credit, best rate, Chicago. You'd want all sorts of more broad terms, long-tailed searches they're called, those are really the people that are a lot closer to the buying cycle I've found, or to buying. They're doing more specific research than typing in something short-tailed like Chevy Miami or Chevy Chicago. These people are much further out, in my opinion, and they're not as targeted as you may like. And how you can target, we can talk about that, but really it's the content on your website that helps you target better. We can get into that another time. The other quick terms that I want you to be familiar with are exit pages and entrance pages. They may also be referred to as landing pages on your analytics tool. What this means is this is the page that they started on. Most often it'll be your dealership homepage. You may find out that it isn't, but in most cases it will be, and that's fine. But where it really comes together is when you look at your top exit pages, or the pages that they bounce on. Because you'll find, if you see any trends here, you can start addressing, okay, well, why are they going to this page and why are they leaving? Is it a thank you page? Well, that makes sense. Or maybe it's your, let's say it's your new car inventory results, and they're exiting on that page very often. Perhaps you have, you don't have what they're looking for. Same thing with the used cars. Or if you have specials, and they're coming to your specials page and just leaving right there. Sure, they could have printed your coupons and then just left, but it's equally possible that they went there, didn't see anything that they liked, and left. So you need to keep an eye on these exit pages and make sure that you don't get any trends forming, and if you do, you can definitely get them addressed. So that's really your top things. I'd love to go into like goal setting and how to do that. It's really important if you ask your website provider how to set up goals. You'll know a lot about that. That basically means, let's say at the end of the day on your dealership website, your goal is that they fill out some form, like a lead form, and to request a quote. Well, if you do set up goal conversion, and most analytics tools do this, this is where they really make their money, is because you can see what keywords people typed in that also submitted a lead. This is some of the stuff that we do, but let's say 10 people who typed in bad credit Chevy Miami, all 10 of them filled out quote forms, but you had 900 other visitors that typed in good credit Chevy Milwaukee, and you didn't get any leads from them, or Chevy Miami. Maybe you want to target the bad credit. Maybe you want to put some more content on there. Those are the kinds of things, once you start setting up goals, that you can really get into. I'd be glad to explain it a little bit more. Jeremy at SEOfordealers.com. I hope this helped you kind of get a feel. If you're in the dealership, you really should be checking your analytics every month. If you're an internet manager, you should be watching it every week, every day if you have time, just to peek at it. Again, a free video from SEOfordealers.com, and if you have any questions, please submit.